If you are watching this, please do comment, like, subscribe, join the notification gang, hit the notification bell, get notifications every and any time I post. Thank you, I appreciate it, and I'm out. What is up, YouTube? It is showtime, and I'm back with another video. Now in today's video, we're going to be going over how you guys can set big body screens part 2. Now all I get is consistent comments on how can I set better screens, how can I set better screens. My screens are like paper. A lot of people enjoyed how to set better screens part 1, but a lot of people are asking for a number 2. Just to see if I have any better tips and pieces of advice. I have a few maybe that'll work for you. We're just going to go over screens and how you can set better ones and things you'll need to actually start setting better screens within the game. But before we do get started, I just want to thank to the 1,030 people that are subscribed to this channel. I really do appreciate all the support that I'm getting. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll get straight to the video. So once again, in today's video, we're going to be going over how you guys can start setting better screens in general, how you guys can start setting good big body screens. Now, I have to admit that since the last how to start screening better, how to set good screens video, I've changed my screening method. It has changed a little bit. When you set screens, the goal is definitely for you to get your guard open. For your screens to hit, you've got to set them in an angle where the defender will kind of run into your screen. So the way I used to go about doing screens was just set a screen and let the guard use and go around it, but I've actually found a better way, and it almost gives me better screen animations when I'm setting screens, even on locks, because I noticed that at one point in the stage, locks were not hitting my screens. I see a whole lot of comments where it's like, oh, I used to be able to set screens, but now my screens are paper. I don't know what happened. I don't want to happen. I believe that there's a technique behind setting screens. A lot of people think that just setting screens is just press circle and you're good to go. I've actually started to kind of master current gen's mechanism, its screen mechanism. It took me a while back in 2K19. I didn't have the best screens, but 2K20, but I definitely improved this year on my screen technique. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're doing too much. There's no screen technique. There is. If there wasn't a technique to it and all you had to do is press circle, a lot of people wouldn't be in my comment section or in general complaining that their screens are bad. So the mechanism that I now use is to run with the screen. And when I say run with the screen is when you run towards the defender and then you press circle. Now what you don't want to do is use your analog stick too much while you're doing this, or you'll get an illegal screen. Then you'll be giving over a turnover, which you don't want to do, especially in the comp stage or the stage or wherever it is you're playing. So you just want to run towards the defender. What I'll do here is I'll leave a clip, maybe in slow-mo, zoomed in pan zoom, so you guys can get a better look. You are going to run towards the defender and you're going to hold screen so you get that big body animation. It's like literally putting a brick wall in front of the defender. When you put that animation or you run into them, you will get so much better screen animations, I promise you. Before we get any further into this, I'd like to mention you will need brick wall Hall of Fame. Strength does not matter too much, but I always say this, strength can play a factor in how good you set screens. If you're 7'2", 7'3", 7' center in your max weight, believe me, it's going to be a lot easier for you to set screens. So keep that in mind. The lower your weight, the smaller you are, it won't become more difficult. I wouldn't say it's more difficult to set screens, but if you are bigger, it's going to be a lot easier. Like, your screen animations are going to be crazy. That's why it's almost annoying when I run into 7'3" centers, because I constantly have to hedge and they get a lot of rebounds. They can be overpowered. But to get back to the point of how you guys can set better screens, you guys want to do a running screen animation. All you really have to do is run towards the defender, press circle, hold on to that circle button, let them like they will hit that screen a lot harder. I noticed that when I was just standing around setting screens, they weren't hitting as much. It almost felt as if I was trying to play catch up with the guard. You really shouldn't feel like that. You're trying to get your defender away from your guard. However you do it doesn't matter. You just need to get that defender away from the guard. So I think that the best way you guys can do that is by using the running screen animation and pressing circle, and you will get a lot harder screen animations. Now another tip, I've said this a few times, is all you've got to do is learn the angle of that the guard is dribbling in. It's not hard. It's not rocket science to learn that. If you see that your guard's strong side is right, say your guard usually does a hezzy and then will do the speed boost glitch to the right, your goal is to get them open on the right side. So you want to set a screen, and you want to set your screens as high as possible. when you're playing stage, comp stage, or whatever it really is, especially if you have a lock on your guard, that lock is going to try and lock down your guard by playing extremely tight defense. So if you're setting a high screen on tight defense, he's going to constantly hit that screen a lot harder. And if we break down the definition of brick wall, the badge, not only does it set effective screens, it will drain the stamina and the energy of players. So when you're setting high screens and the lock or whoever is guarding ball is constantly hitting the screen, their stamina is going to go straight down to non-existence. It's just going to go straight down to 0. And then your guard will be able to get open and they can't recover. And more of the times, you'll either get a situation where your guard will be open because your screen got him open, or he has to ISO the center, which he'll still get a bucket, and then the center can drop down to block, and then you have yourself a bucket right there. So those are my 2 main pieces of advice: the running screen, and to just understand the angles of when you're setting screens. I think people make it a lot harder than it has to be when you're setting screens. You just have to set them high. That's really all you have to do. Hold circle, set very high screens, run into them, and you will get so much better screen animations in the game. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope it helped somewhat for the people that are still struggling with screens. Always know, don't forget, you guys can always leave comments, concerns, questions about the game. I always answer them. I do get a lot of questions about, oh, which build is good and how to do this and how to do that, and I'm always willing to help. As you guys know, next gen is tomorrow. I will be trying to cop next gen. If you guys are wondering how you guys can get a PS5 on launch day early like myself, I did recently create a video, so maybe I'll leave the link in the description for the video on how you guys can get your PS5 on launch day. I'll be streaming next gen very often. I'm going to be playing a lot of 2s. I have a guard, my main guard that I'll be running with. I'm going to try and go for a very high rep. I feel like next gen is going to be a very exciting year for streaming. Just to let you guys know that once I do end up getting monetized on this channel, I will be moving all my streams to Twitch, just to let you guys know. So sooner or later we'll be streaming on Twitch almost every day, just trying to grind the game, get good content for you guys. I will still be dropping on my YouTube every day new 2K21 next gen content. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you did like the video, just like the video. If you like what I'm doing, like my videos, trying to get me to 2,000 subs because we recently hit 1,000. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and get notifications every and any single time I post. Once again, thank you guys so much for the view, and I'm out.